Hello indie game fan, I love the concept of wholesome or cozy games since they make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, with themes and ideas that will soothe your soul in a hectic world, so the return of the Wholesome Direct this year was very welcome. So many games were shown off, so I had to split this into 2 videos, so here's part 1 of indie games to look forward to, where I've skipped over titles that I've covered to death like Garden Story. Let's begin with Amber Owl, a shopkeeper simulator where you run a stall in a city filled with prehistoric residents. Think Moonlighter but without the combat, where placement of items on shelves does look to be in a similar vein. There's exploration and resource gathering, where items collected can be used in crafting. Eventually, you will be able to help the village to expand to attract even more villagers, giving me a little bit of an Animal Crossing vibe. Love the design of the Triceratops character, so it got my attention. If you enjoy Zelda-style action-adventure games, Frogsong is one to watch, and while it does have combat as one of the main elements which makes it not so cozy, it's an adventure about believing in yourself and that it's okay to be small. The main character is a little frog with big dreams of protecting the world, often underestimated due to their size, but it's the heart that counts. In the face of an awakening evil and a rival empire uniting many under his banner, our little hero finds his way in the world. Self-confidence is critical in life, so I do hope some of that rubs off on me from this game. It's currently on Kickstarter with just a little bit left to go, so let's help it get over the line.
3, 2, 1, 1, 0. Okay, here we go.
I don't have any musical talent, so I could never identify with stories about struggling musicians or jamming out with a band, but for some reason, We Are OFK did grab my attention. Perhaps it's the fantastic art or beautiful landscapes, or simply the fantastic trailer that has more in common with some sort of animated feature film, but this adventure game crafted with an EP does look pretty sweet. It's also part of a trend of musical albums being incorporated into games, and perhaps most interestingly, this is a virtual band in the vein of KDA, which means these are virtual characters and not based on real life people. An absolutely adorable game that I've had my eye on is Button City, one where a fox and his friends come together to save their local arcade. It has one of the most adorable character designs, but the low poly look simply works. The vertical city layout is interesting, but the main draw has to be the multitude of arcade games that you can play. While I was never hardcore into the arcade scene, being a little too young and not having enough pocket money, I do have good memories of the times that I was allowed to go in, so the premise does appeal to me. As with all good presentations, the Wholesome Direct did have one more thing, where Loddlenaut was the title in question. It's a wonderful looking underwater title where you play as an interstellar custodian that has to clean up a polluted ocean planet. In the course of that, you discover some wonderful little alien fish named Loddles that are just so adorable, so perhaps it could be summarized as Slime Rancher meets Subnautica. It's already fully funded on Kickstarter, but do check it out for stretch goals and backer rewards. I mentioned the wonderful looking Book of Travels before, since while it's self-described using the awkward term TMORPG, that is, Tiny Multiplayer Online RPG, is a fascinating game in terms of concept and execution. You play as a unique adventurer, travelling across a fairy tale world known as the Braided Shore, free to explore it in whatever manner that you please, but the passing down of knowledge and stories is one of the main draws. Apparently encounters with other players will be few and far between, making those interactions even more special, not to mention an extensive RPG system with 300 plus abilities and magic skills, making it one of the most intriguing prospects since it is focused around exploration. If you have a little bit of OCD in you, as with most humans, I'm sure that a little to the left will be a title of interest. It's a puzzle game where you're sorting, moving, adjusting and stacking everyday objects like pencils, books and picture frames, having to bring some order to the chaos that scratches a very specific type of itch, so bravo to the developers for managing to capture that. For a game that's simply adorable, Seasonspree will be a title to watch since it's a puzzle adventure game where you play as a happy little tanuki with the ability to control time, advancing or reversing the seasons as necessary as you help the various villagers. The ending event in all of this is a festive party known as Seasonspree, which celebrates the amazing aspects of each season, but there's a special good ending if you manage to help all the villagers, making it such a wonderful little game. I believe I've mentioned Cloud Jumper on the channel before, but it's worth a mention yet again since this low poly exploration title does look to be one of the most wonderful cozy games in development. You're controlling a tiny flying tugboat with the freedom and ability to explore the skies and the floating islands, trading goods, discovering and mapping out the world, researching ancient relics and helping the cast of characters, all with an amazing look that does remind me of a short hike. I covered the amazing puzzle platformer Hoa in my video on hand-drawn games, but the Ghibli-like vibe and look of this are the main draws. Our main character is a miniature fairy traversing through some wondrous landscapes, where the art, lighting and soundtrack does look to be working together in harmony to give you a very pleasant experience. This new trailer showed off an underground area with an ominous spider web, but I don't think it's that sort of game, so don't expect a limbo-like spider to impale you, but it's generally good vibes all around. "3D platformers using 2D sprites but 3D environmental objects is a trend that I can get behind, where the adorable Here Comes Nico is one of the best examples. From the opening, the frog character is just the cutest, but in actual fact, is your boss, where this cozy platformer has you working as a professional friend. What that means is that you need to jump around and explore the island, helping anyone that you come across, so how's that for just the most wholesome premise? The activities that you can do are just the best as well, from climbing stuff, exercising, playing volleyball, gardening, lazing on the beach, fishing and more, looking to be that kind of escape that I look for in cozy games. Another gorgeous game during the presentation that caught my eye is Cocopa's Atlas, which does have a rather long trailer, but do stick around and watch it in full. You play as the Black Cat with a little bird as a companion, crash landing on an unknown planet, and have to find a way to survive and thrive. It's not all nasty aliens and monsters, although there is some of that, but the dreamy world and soft lighting here is excellent, making it a treat for the eyes. As with most survival crafting titles, you have a home base that you need to build, from shelter and fencing to eventually gardening, decorations and terraforming itself. The world does appear to be blocky in nature, similar to Minecraft, but I'm very impressed with what is shown off here. There is a Kickstarter campaign in the works, which has not yet launched, but do stay tuned to the channel and I'll let you know when it is. If you've been a subscriber to the channel for a little while, it will be no surprise that I'm most looking forward to Yokai Inn, a life sim title where you're running an inn for spirits with the expected fishing, mining, cooking and crafting elements. While it does lack that farming component, a change of pace is nice every once in a while, and I absolutely adore the pixel art and character designs in this, taking the #1 spot. For more upcoming games like Stardew Valley, watch this video and I will see you after the jump.